Welcome to the Travel Our World podcast YouTube channel, and welcome to Nepal, everyone, a place I dreamed of experiencing for many years. My journey, like all, began here in Kathmandu, where a group of complete strangers met for the first time. Friends, solo travellers, even a father, his son and fiancé, all gearing up for the adventure of a lifetime into the Himalayas, taking on the mighty Everest Base Camp trek. But things took a turn fast. A late monsoon storm shut down every flight to Lukla. With 3 days of rain, flooding and false starts meant we were stuck in Ramashap with no way back and no way up the mountain. Each morning we packed our bags ready to go, and each morning the weather said no. And with that delay came a new challenge. We now just had 9 days to complete a 12-day trek. No pressure. But finally the clouds lifted. Our flight to Lukla was confirmed, and in that moment we knew the adventure truly began. What follows was a journey of big climbs, bigger views, new friendships, altitude headaches, and the moments that still make us smile to this day. The Khumbu Valley is a special place, and we're only getting started. So grab your boots and your snacks, and let's head to the Everest Base Camp. This is Travel Our World. Day one began with the first flight out of Ramashap, and somehow the first plane to land in Lukla in days. The relief on touchdown said it all. After meeting our assistant guides and porters and grabbing some breakfast, we finally set off. The walk to Manjo was the perfect introduction, easygoing, colourful, and buzzing with that "we're finally here" feeling. Today is day 2, and today was our first big climb, the journey up to Namche Bazaar. Crossing suspension bridges and winding through pine forests, we slowly made our way to the heart of the Sherpa capital. Later on arrival in the afternoon, we hiked up to the Sagarmatha Museum and Everest viewpoint for our acclimatisation. Namche was buzzing, and Everest made her first appearance to a few. Because of earlier delays, our trek was now condensed into 9 days, 6 to take us up and 3 to come back down. That meant we couldn't spend 2 nights in places like Namche Bazaar or Dingboche, so acclimatisation hikes became essential every day.
It'll be hard work. Go on. Looks like Tenzing.
Day 3, and it's time to leave Namche Bazaar behind. As we took a gentle stroll out of the town and across the mountain top, we dropped down into the valley below, before a long, steady climb back up to our evening's accommodation in Tengboche. It's a beautiful day. It's down, 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 then up, up, and up again. After settling in, we hiked above the village for our acclimatisation and later visited the famous Tengboche Monastery. A calm, spiritual pause in the middle of the Himalayas.
Thank you. Cheers. We've done it.
And then that's why they keep the sign of deer also. Right. Every monastery has that. And this monastery, the first it is not very old monastery. Some old monastery in Khumbu village and Tengboche, so that has been almost like 300 years old. But this one also 400. Actually, the Sangwa Dorje Lama, he was like a tantric monks. So he used to meditation here on the rock. So while meditation, his footprint on the rock there. So that footprint is still there. We can see just in the gate, another entrance gate, inside the entrance gate. And there was the sign before, the sign of the holy area. But the monastery the first monastery built in 1916. And that has been destroyed by earthquake in 1935. And then they rebuilt the Sherpa community from here, they rebuilt again. And then that has been damaged by fire in 1996 and 92. Then they rebuilt again. So that monastery is still there, the main monastery. In the last earthquake in 2015, some of the houses has damaged, but the main monastery is still there. So I hope some monks is still there inside, they are praying. Or if not, no problem, we just go inside, have a look. Maybe we spend like 10 to 15 minutes there inside, just sit down there and you can watch and relax, meditate.
It's day 4 and the day started off with some sad news. One of our group had to abandon his trek. But today we leave Tengboche and we also leave the trees behind as we enter the high alpine world of Dingboche. The landscape opened wider, the air got thinner and the mountains grew even bigger around us. After arriving in Dingboche, we climbed above the town to a ridge, a slow, steady acclimatisation hike with the incredible views of the beautiful Amadama. Day 5 started on a very upbeat note. One of the group was celebrating her 40th birthday, but this was going to be one of those tougher days. Crossing the rocky valley straight into the Khumbu Glacier Valley, passing the memorials to the climbers that never returned from Everest, and feeling the altitude with every step. We reached Lobuche by mid-afternoon and then went for another acclimatisation hike to keep our bodies adjusting. The air was quieter, thinner, and Everest felt closer than ever before.
Manny gets a rock. Totally gets, just doesn't get it now. Throw something, absolutely. Smack.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
All for the gram.
Oh. Someone else has to count it in.
Hurry up, because there's a horse coming.
Yeah.
Ready?
Wait. Go ahead. Oh dear. Okay. No, maybe that wasn't such a good.
Today was the big one. We left Lobuche early and headed towards Gorakshep, moving slowly as the altitude really began to bite. Sadly, one of our group started showing signs of acute mountain sickness. Their oxygen levels dropped too low and they had to turn back with a guide. It was a tough reminder of how real the altitude can be up here. The rest of us continued on to Gorakshep, dropped our bags, had some lunch and pushed towards Everest Base Camp. Walking along the Khumbu Glacier into the world of ice, creaking rock and the feeling that we were finally standing at the foot of Everest.
Yeah, I've been feeling it for the last 10 minutes. Need watch out, very icy. Welcome to Gorakshep. Well done, Manny.
After everything, the delays, the altitude, the long days, we finally stood at base camp. Not a finish line, just a quiet moment to take it all in. Lots of smiles, lots of hugs, lots of high fives. Standing at Everest Base Camp didn't feel loud or dramatic. It was quiet, cold, and completely unforgettable.
Base camp done.
Everest Base Camp, a place we'd all imagined for so long, and a moment that made every step to get here feel worth it. So this is usually where most Everest Base Camp videos end, but skipping the sunrise climb to Kala Patthar and the long walk back felt like missing half the story. With some of the group deciding not to attempt the climb, those who did were treated to a stunning sunrise. Even not all of us made it right to the top, with bodies finally saying no. We still had a long 3 days hike back to Lukla, a lot of miles to cover, mostly downhill, with the occasional reminder that the Himalayas always have one more climb left. Those final days were filled with equal parts of joy and sadness, knowing the journey was slowly coming to an end.
Feels like your bag.
Yeah, you're not allowed to cheat though. When you get to the hill, you have to go open.
After everything we'd been through, arriving back in Lukla felt like coming full circle. The whole group was reunited, including those who had to turn back along the way, and for the first time in days, we were all together again. The final evening was exactly what it needed to be. Food shared, stories swapped, and plenty of laughter. And yes, a bit of dancing too. Our way to say thank you to the porters and guides who carried us and supported us and made this journey possible. Then morning came quickly. Our flight was waiting. We'd left our footprints on the trail behind us, knowing the memories would never fade, and the friendships we made here would endure long after the mountains disappeared from view.